MSU was a preseason top 5 team, they're ass. Wisconsin rolls into town, slaps him around like Rico's principal used to do to him at his fake school he went to. What was that guy's name?
It's a grade school, Mike.
Whatever. Another
Mr. Went.
Mr. Went.
That school is still there. You pass it on the way to the airport.
Mr. Went with the boat oar. The whole point is this team sucks. Oh, is it unfair to criticize Tom Izzo? No. And frankly, MSU in their last 60 Big Ten games, 31-29. It's failure. This looks like the 4th straight year they're going to be a nothing burger in the world of college basketball. So is it fair to say, has Tom kind of lost it? Oh, you can't say that. Why? Why? We can question Dabo Swinney. We can't question Tom Izzo. Stop. People were questioning, myself included, Nick Saban this year. Let Texas roll in and lose one singular game. Does he have his fastball? Well, you can't say it about Tom Izzo. Oh, the hell with that. Yes, you can.
No. Yeah, the whole quarterback thing that Nick Saban did. Right. Who's going to start? You bench Jalen Milroe.
Yeah. So I'm asking the people.
Nobody is above reproach. Anybody can be questioned. If you're a Michigan State fan, you absolutely, if you watched last night, you were promised a lot better than 4-4.
And what really stands out to me was Tom saying, well, it's on me, and we got to get rid of the lawyers and get back to what we do. It's like, oh, what are we going to do, break out the shoulder pads? Maybe Alana Gagne is going to walk through that tunnel. No one cares. That doesn't work in today's game. It doesn't. Kids aren't going to do it. Aloysius. The always loquacious Alana Gagne, a real wordsmith. All right. So he's a real poet.
You ain't kidding.
All right. David, ticket text, and then we'll get to the calls.
Oh, someone says, Mike, you are right. I agree with your assessment. This team is bad, and it is on Tom Izzo.
Yeah, and again, another year with one of these death march schedules. What's it do for us again?
I was all bricked up about MSU basketball until they also decided to get all bricked up last night, man.
Yeah, MSU was supposed to have their best shooting team ever. They took the term bricked up a whole different way.
That's a beautiful text right there.
They can't throw it in the ocean.
Oh, my gosh. The game has passed Izzo a few years ago. Hall of Fame coach, but needs to be gone. Jason N. Clausen.
And for the people who want to bring up 2019, hey, respect, but that's a lifetime in today's world of college sports. You can't go 5 years and be bad. And I'm sorry, COVID took away Cassius and maybe a run. Do I believe they would have gone on a run? Probably. One problem. You've also had early exits, too. It's not a predictive measure. It's unfair for me to say, well, they would have done this if a virus didn't do that.
But Mike, here's the other thing about that is when you look, it came down to better recruiting, where you actually recruited people who went to the league. Maybe not at star, but, we're talking about Xavier Tillman, guys who got better, who developed, went on and had, a career. Now, Langford got injured, but he built up some classes so that, when that 2019 team was there, like, okay, maybe this team can do something. The team before that, that knocks off Duke in the Elite Eight and goes to the Final Four. But you look at this, he didn't follow up those classes. And it does kind of feel like D'Antonio after the 2015 year.
Which is where I bring it to where Michigan, whose head coach hits people and chews gum, they have Phil Martelli. We have who? Doug Wojcik? Thomas Kelly? What was Damon Bethea not available?
You're just bringing up the name.
Was DeJuan Wiley not around? Wow. I'm just saying, hey, when Coach K was in the later years, he had John Shire.
Yeah. Former Duke player,
right,
though.
But a rising star in the game. Let me show you the job prospects of the 3 people helping Tom. Tomorrow, if Texas's job came open, hey, Texas, hi. Hey, it's Thomas Kelly calling. Get out. Get some help, or I don't know what to tell you. Or maybe it's time. That's it. Evolve. You have NIL. Every player on State's team is paid. That's a luxury that other schools don't have. You have the portal. You have the brand name. You have the fact you're a Hall of Fame badass. I can't make excuses for you, and I won't. 4-4, and the act of watching them play basketball is wholly unsatisfactory.
Right. Yeah. Swings and misses with Malik Hall, Matty Sissoko. But those are your big men.
But they're still here. Why?
I thought they were both leaving. I didn't think that they were going to be coming back this year.
Well, do your job.
What is my job? You wanted a football coach, okay? I was focused on the other sport.
I didn't have the bandwidth.
Who's the coach? Who's the DC? Where's this?
Where is my defensive coordinator? Let's go to Andrew, 97.1. Andrew, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, a month and a half ago, I called in when you were talking about the football season. When is it fair to be a fair weather fan and fold up our tents? And, God, man, I already feel like I'm there. One game into the Big Ten schedule, and we got to lose to rat-faced Greg Gard with Wall dropping his whatever all over Malik Hall for how many offensive rebounds in the second half. Every other possession is a turnover. I can't take it anymore. And, you want to sit there and defend Izzo, and Rico, God bless you. Bringing up Jackson Kohler, I get it. You think it might make a difference. We can't hit the broadside of a barn. So even if you're going to throw it into him in the offensive possession, who's going to hit a shot when he kicks it out outside of Tyson Walker? I'm fed up with it. We give Tom a long leash. You want to go back to the Middle Tennessee loss, the first round, bow out quickly. He doesn't play JJJ in the inside the 2-3 zone against Syracuse. We lose in the first round that year. It is starting to spiral, and I think the writing is on the wall. You can't give Izzo a pass anymore. It's the wheels have come off.
Well, and Andrew, as I've stated before, I am not sitting here saying that Jackson Kohler is going to come in on a cape and save the day. I'm saying you now will get scoring in the low post, and if it doesn't, then everything that everybody said, go at it, because that means this is going to be a long year.
Well, it's already starting to be a long year. And are you willing to give up? Say you get, 10-4 in the offensive end. Are you willing to give up a liability on the defensive end?
Yep.
And watch Zach Edey dunk all over him? What is Kohler, 6'8"?
Yeah, here's the thing,
6'7"?
Andrew. Here's the thing. Zach Edey was going to be dunking over whoever guarded him. So yes, I'll take that exchange.
Okay,
right.
Bottom line, look, Andrew, we react to the here and now. I'm not going to sit here and put a pause on the next 20 games. I know what they look like when I watch them. They lack toughness. They can't shoot. The offensive end, I may as well take an Ambien. I can't do it. I was promised fun. They were number 4. They're unranked. They're awful. And I think it's okay to go, what are we doing here?
Yeah, thankfully I did not see the start. I turned it on at the start of the second half. We cut it to 3. Wisconsin goes on a 12-2 run, and you can start the bus. It's over. We can't come back from that. You can't get a defensive rebound. Wall gets I don't know how many offensive rebounds in a row. It's just super. You hit the nail on the head. It's frustrating. There's no other word for it.
Right, and I'm too old and my time's too valuable. I don't want to take 2.5 hours of my life to be frustrated. Just don't want to do it. Well, you're a bad fan. Yeah, well, you're an idiot.
No.
No, I'm saying to people with that viewpoint.
Oh, no. Anybody who says that, I think you're being unrealistic. I think that anybody who's upset, anybody who is concerned, anybody who's angry, anybody who feels like they were duped, you deserve to feel that way. Because this team is not what we thought it was going to be.
I still feel like Tom allows his assistants to fail him. He does not staff this thing in a way that is forward thinking. You're only as good as the people you put around you. And the bottom line is it's been a long, long time since Tom has had a guy sitting to his right that's got real job prospects somewhere.
I was about to say, I think the biggest thing is who's that person that challenges and says, no.
Right, we're not doing
You're wrong.
That. Right. Hey, let's check that Dane Fife job hotline.
He's doing fine on the Big Ten Network.
How's Dwayne Stevens doing out at Western? They just lost to Mrs. Doubtfire.
He got his first win. He had to start over again.
Yeah, by taking the Western job. You may as well start your whole career over.
You have to start someplace.
Not when you're the lead assistant at an alleged blue blood like Michigan State. No. Western is a pity job.
Where was he going to go? To start.
If you were any good, a legitimate Power 5 school that's down in a good conference. Christ, they found Jerry Stackhouse at the Joe Dumars Fieldhouse and gave him Vanderbilt.
ACC legend.
In fact, he was at the Joe Dumars Fieldhouse when they grabbed him.
But you understand my point. David, go ahead. What? You were about to say something? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I wasn't about to say anything. I just want to read a couple texts here. Extremely disappointed, Spartan here. Here's what will happen. They'll start winning again, get a 7th or 8th seed, and then maybe get to the Sweet 16 if lucky.
Not interested. If you're not hanging a banner for the Big Ten, if you're not going to be a high seed in the tourney and make a legitimate run to the Final Four, I'm not interested. Do you know what the Sweet 16 is? That's the equivalent today of playing in the Citrus Bowl. Nobody cares.
Well, especially this year because you got games down at Little Caesars and in Indianapolis. So you could have had a home crowd. That's one of the reasons why they're playing Baylor there on the 16th, because they thought, okay, let's get used to these rims.
Oh, there's another loss. David, go ahead.
No excuses anymore. These players couldn't hit water if they were in a boat. Speaking of Dwayne Stevens, someone sends, this is when you miss Dwayne Stevens and his player development.
Oh, really? You know what? I'm going to be polite because it's the holiday season. I kindly disagree. We'll get to more of your call. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to knock these calls down. We'll get to the Lions here.
People are fed up, man. They're fired up.
And I'm down. I don't care.
Right, I didn't think it would go this long, but let's go.
Listen, we got other shows talking about landing helicopters, all right? I can talk college basketball if I want to.
It's airplanes. Get it right.
Whatever.